Grand Rising, and this is a chat to your higher self. So I am barely awake, and I have already hit a couple of videos on good old social media, and I kind of want to talk about it. To be honest, it's something that I think needs to be discussed for many reasons. Thank you to Joey Swole and his outing of gym people, especially the women. Just going to touch on the women videos that I see towards the men, and if the shoe was on the other foot. And the point of why I want to talk about this is because of the biggest sin that we commit is jealousy. And I've realised in today's world in particular, I've never seen so many men who are jealous of women and women who are trying to make men jealous of them. I can't speak of how men feel because I am a woman. I don't know what their minds are like. And so I love my platonic friendships with men, because you get to really figure out and understand who men are, like from their heart, from their mind. And I was brought up with a big brother, so I really think it's a point, if us women want us to be understood, we have to give back that need and understand the men, right? So obviously a lot of people are going to the gym these days, but I don't think they're going to the gym for the right reasons. Now, I'm going to go to one of my best male relationships that I have in my life, and that is with my darling big brother. Big up you, Lukey. And my brother has gone through an amazing journey with his physique, his weight loss, his figure, and he is now a personal trainer. He is expressing that need of creating the dream body for yourself, your ideal body for yourself, and he works with both men and women. And I talk to him a lot about these things, and my brother is he's so, and Lukey, you agree with me here, the innocence of you. And I always question these Joey Soul videos, and Luke knows this is going on, but it's kind of like the mass scale of the gym culture right now. I know so many men and women who want to go out of their way to make themselves better and to make themselves look and feel better, and that's their choice. There's no qualms to that, but there is a huge judgment. It's like going to court when you're in a gym, and I'm going to be very, very honest, and women may agree with me or they may completely come at me, but don't come. If you get triggered by this is and what I realise with triggers is I got triggered when people triggered me. Is a me problem. So if I trigger you, I'm sorry, but this is going to rub you up the wrong way for a reason. But when you go into a gym, you should literally just have blinkers on. You shouldn't be looking around to see who's around. I really don't like half the outfits that I want to the gym. If I'm going to be very honest, I live on grace and modesty, and I would not wear most of the things that I want to the gym these days. I do think it is pick me energy, but that is again my opinion. Gymshark and these brands do not need to make flimsy outfits for women to go and exercise. I would actually rather go and exercise in cycling shorts and a baggy top, even a band t-shirt. But we've turned this into a bit of a fashion runway judgment show, where that level of judgment is not meant to be in the gym. And then what is going on is that behavior is trickling out of the gym into everyday life. And I just genuinely think if I would have recorded most things that women have said to me about men and flipped it on its head and just recorded men saying all of this about women, I think most people wouldn't speak to these men. And going into the spiritual side of things with the whole divine feminine and divine masculine journey, the inner journey to that is becoming inner balanced with your divine masculine and with your divine feminine. You have to kind of do that on the outskirts as well as the inner. Inness is focusing on oneself, right? And I actually feel, correct me if I'm incorrect, there's some women who are heavily in their masculine who are trying to make men jealous because they're in their masculine. And it's the same with men. They're trying to make some women jealous because some women are in their feminine, and so are men. People might not agree with that, but I've been finding that as a social observation. I've lived in 3 counties across the UK, and I've met so many different people, and that is how I'm understanding the way society is being treated. And I'm not actually blaming anyone for this, because we are all a victim of influence, mass influence, and I completely respect and understand people are aware and not aware of that. But I think if you are aware and you know that, say for example, a woman who personally puts men down to make them feel better, check in with that woman. If you know a man who purposefully puts women down because it gives them something to feel better about, you need to check in with them. We are about to go through an age of love, and a lot of people won't be able to go through that because we've been sat in a system of hate. And this thing I'm talking about is only a tiny, minute scale of what is going to be going on, I think, in the near future. But what I am trying to say is, like, understand that, like, everyone has their journey and everyone has, like, what's going on here for them. Like, some people are trapped here and they can't get out unless they input something out here. So if they're inputting something out in the gym, even if it is a man watching a woman lift more than him, the woman shouldn't be putting the video up going, oh, is this jealousy? Is this jealousy? When all you can actually see on the men's faces is pure impression. Like, they're impressed, so impressed with her. They're like, gee, like, they're like, go on, girl. And they've got respect for her, and she's so focused on making them jealous. And it's like, I don't know, I've been brought up in a Caribbean household, so your respect is really having to be earned. You don't get given respect in a Caribbean household. If you can relate, please put a little star in the comment. If you come from a Caribbean household and respect is not given, you have to earn respect. So if you're a woman who looks smaller than how strong she is, and she can lift bigger than the man, and the man is giving her a round of applause, it's like, take that respect, take that impression, because what we're doing is we're creating things that aren't there, and that manifests into real life. So when you've actually become more balanced with what you had grief with, that actually happens to you, and you're like, oh. But we're in a very, very crazy spiritual age right now, where we're putting this energy out quicker than we're putting out positivity, and I don't think people realise that's, like, putting you at detriment. It's why things aren't moving, and karmic cycles will begin for yourself. And it's like, if you're sitting here radiating yourself to make men jealous, you're gonna have that literally in your life. You're gonna have just, like, it's going to be a life of jealousy, and it's not people jealous of you, it's going to be you jealous of other people. And this is what I'm trying to save people from, is like, I have gone through so much of my own, well, I should have just gone, shut the fuck up, Amy, like, shh, shh, shh. But you can't, sometimes you can't help yourself. But this is why I love God, because God's taught me how to, like, learn how to shut my mouth at certain points, but he's also told me to, like, open the mouth when it's right. So I think maybe sisters I can speak to, because, you know, I'm a woman, and only men can really hear my perspective, because I'm on, like, both sides. I'm, like, literally straddling both sides, because I feel like I'm becoming more interconnected to my balance of my divine feminine and my divine masculine. The only way that can genuinely happen is if you let that happen on the outer. So, you know, treating men with respect, not flirtation respect, just respect, man. Like, treat people how you want to be treated. Like, I don't really get why it's so hard, if I'm honest. Like, so we were brought up with this in primary school, but it's like, you know, you treat people how you want to be treated. If you know people are kind of being short with you, and, you know, I'm a person who used to explode, and I'm still trying to, like, keep that. That's my masculine, who's on a defense all the time, but I'm kind of trying to calm him down in my heart space, along with my feminine. So, you know, these are things that are going on as spiritual as well as an outer reflection right now. And I just think people really need to look at what jealousy does to people and how it can actually shape your life. And it's not the life that you want either. Like, you can literally have the life you desire and dream of, but because you're jealous of somebody else, you will basically manifest everything else that you need to be jealous of that person. And it's not nice. Like, I think people need to really, really start reflecting on how they think and speak towards each gender, to be honest, because I think with the way that the world goes, I ain't gonna go there with all the politics, if I'm honest with you. But my main point is like, we can't balance one without the other. So, food for thought. I think, have a bit of reflection on how we speak about people and how we speak to people, and it might shine light on what is going on in your life. I don't know, but yeah.